Last night, the boxing world watched a 6'6" anomaly do the impossible. Sebastian Fundora didn't just beat Keith Thurman, he broke him. In a clinical display of height, reach, and sheer violence, he proved that the glitch in boxing isn't a myth, it's a unified champion. In a sport defined by strict weight classes, there is usually a physical limit to what the human body can do, but Fundora has rewritten the equation. Imagine a man with the frame of a literal NBA forward making weight at 154 pounds, fighting with the relentless pressure of a honey badger in a phone booth. Today, we're breaking down his $12 million to $15 million empire, his minimalist lifestyle in Coachella, California, and why his dominant performance yesterday has the entire division terrified. Hit that like button and subscribe. Thurman, a former unified king with the IQ to dismantle anyone, found himself trapped in a geometric nightmare he couldn't solve. Fundora used his telescopic jab to keep one time on the end of a spear for the first 4 rounds. Then, in classic Fundora fashion, he moved inside, folding those long limbs to unleash a barrage of uppercuts that Thurman never saw coming. By the time the referee stopped the fight in the late rounds, Fundora hadn't just defended his belts. He had effectively ended the era of the old guard. As of today, his record stands at an elite 24 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw, with 15 of those victories coming by devastating knockout. But to understand how he reached this peak, you have to go back to the turning points where his resolve was truly tested. In 2022, he became the WBC interim champion after a brutal war with Erickson Lubin, but the road wasn't always smooth. In 2023, he suffered his first career loss, a shocking knockout by Brian Mendoza that threatened to turn him into a what-if story. Most fighters shrink after a loss like that, but Sebastian expanded. He went back to the lab, refined his southpaw pressure, and on March 30th, 2024, he took a fight against the terrifying Tim Tszyu on just 12 days' notice. What followed was one of the most visceral, crimson-stained fights in modern history. Despite a shattered nose, Fundora used his height to blind the champion and walk away as the unified WBC and WBO king. That night proved he wasn't just a physical anomaly. He was a warrior who could survive the deepest waters. This relentless drive is part of a larger family legacy. Between 2024 and 2025, Sebastian and his sister, Gabriela Fundora, made history as the first brother-sister duo to hold world titles simultaneously. It's a dynasty built on the Coachella desert heat, proving that the Fundora DNA is genetically coded for gold. Ranked as the number 5 best active light middleweight by the Ring magazine, Sebastian has turned the towering inferno into a global brand, yet he remains remarkably grounded. While other champions are busy buying penthouses in Las Vegas, Sebastian stays true to his roots, living a life of functional minimalism in his custom-built modern estate in Coachella. His home serves more as a high-performance laboratory than a showroom, featuring a private, state-of-the-art boxing gym where he spends the majority of his time. Fundora isn't a club guy. He isn't interested in the Hollywood scene. His luxury is his privacy. Even his car collection reflects this practicality. In 2026, he's often seen in a fully blacked-out, lifted Ford F-150 Raptor, a vehicle as imposing and durable as he is. When he wants something more refined for trips into the city, he opts for a custom Cadillac Escalade V, providing the legroom a 6 feet 6 inches champion requires without sacrificing a commanding street presence. This disciplined lifestyle has allowed his financial empire to flourish. His wealth isn't just coming from purses, it's coming from strategic branding. He has leaned into his unique physique, securing major endorsements with sports equipment giants and nutrition brands that cater to tall, lean athletes. The real genius of the Fundora business model, however, is his family-centric team. Led by his father and trainer, Freddie Fundora, the circle stays tight. Every dollar Sebastian earns stays in the family vault, ensuring that his foundation is built on granite, not sand. What truly makes Sebastian a glitch is how he ignores his own advantages to create a unique physics of the fight. Logic says a 6 feet 6 inches man should jab and move, but Fundora prefers to get into a phone booth war. He uses his height not to stay away, but to create angles that shouldn't exist. His uppercut starts from the floor and ends in the clouds, forcing opponents to punch up, which drains their energy and leaves their midsection wide open. Facing Fundora is like trying to fight a giant octopus equipped with bricks. As we look at Sebastian Fundora in 2026, he represents a new era of the humble champion. He doesn't need to shout to be noticed. He literally stands above the crowd. With the Thurman win in his pocket, he is now looking toward a potential mega fight with Terence Crawford later this year. But Crawford isn't built to follow rules either, and that's where the equation gets dangerous. Fundora is a reminder that in boxing, your greatest perceived weakness, being too tall or too thin, can become your ultimate weapon if you have a heart to back it up. He is a unified king, a multi-millionaire, and the most unique physical force the ring has ever seen. And if the glitch keeps rewriting the rules, the rest of the division might already be too late. If you enjoyed this look into the unique empire of Sebastian Fundora and his dominant win yesterday, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into boxing's hidden stories. Is Fundora now the P4P king of the 154-pound division? Or can Crawford solve the towering inferno? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.